What's going on, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. As the title says, New Year, New Purple. And I don't know why I named it that. I don't know. I was like in this. It's not a new purple. I saw your comment there, Sanchez. Not a new purple. The same old purple. Same content. Actually, to this week we're not doing it, but I have interviews lined up for not only next week, not only the week after next week, but the week after that. So we're going to be doing some interviews, getting to know some people in the community, and guess what? They're all three of them are people we've not interviewed. So we're going to be building it up, and so I'm really, really excited about that. Really excited to jump into their gaming story. Really excited just to build community in the gaming universe. Another really cool thing that's going on, if I posted it on Twitter, but I think a couple of content creators have been doing it as well, is we're doing like a player choice awards. It's hosted by King Thrash. If you remember King Thrash from about 6 months ago, came on the show. He kind of puts this together himself, and he brings a lot of different content creators uh together. It's not a console war type of deal, so y'all know King Thrash is a huge console war person. I wouldn't even say that, but you know who he is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You're gonna have Xbox people there, Nintendo people, PC people, PlayStation people. And if you want to get the kind of just go select who you think should win what award. So let's say you think XYZ game should have won. You can click XYZ game. And the cool thing about it is if you can get more, like you kind of can control those results. So I think that's kind of cool. And rumor has it that I might be presenting an award for that one. Oh no, not King Trash, but let me see everybody who's here. Vet Cloud Gaming, number one, I see you first. Let's go, Vet. How are you? Y'all remember Vet came on the show. Was one of the last people we did an interview with. Rouster, how are you? Rouster, I've been seeing everybody else. Holtz, I see you. Y'all, if y'all did not check it out, Holtz has really been doing his own thing over there on Rock's channel. And Holtz, it's called what is it, Holtz? What's the show called? It's called Gaming Life. I was watching it, and then I had to go get ready because I just got in to the house. By the way, uh, it took me a while to get back home. We'll get back to that. But yeah, so Holtz has his own show, doing awesome stuff there. Sanchez, I told you, nothing different, nothing different. I see you, Ambi. Thank you, thank you. She got the toaster. What? No toaster. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything. I'm not no trapper keeper, no anything. Uh there's a new toaster. Oh yes, the Walmart one. I thought that was a joke. Is that serious, Sanchez? Is that a serious thing? Hey, it's Joe. We need to talk to you. Joe, my fellow veteran. Got to talk to Joe. He's our gaming dev person. Up late enough to wish you a happy new year and send my love. Hey, thank you so much, Rock. Thank you. I saw you in the chat as well. I wasn't able to comment as much because I was watching on TV, but I could see it on the TV. Technology. Don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you so much about that, Joe. Web Dave, y'all, Web Dave. I told y'all there's some new people we might be interviewing. Maybe not. It could be a Web Dave here or there. And if y'all know, Web Dave is a very accomplished content creator. And so I'd love to dive into his gaming journey, but we're not going to ruin any spoilers. No spoilers. But thank you for coming by, Web Dave. Glad to see you all. So y'all, I kind of wanted to start streaming today. So initially I was kind of contemplating if I was going to stream or not. Just so y'all know, I think y'all saw me. Like I was working all the way up until like, for me, like I celebrate Christmas. I was like working all the way up to Christmas, all the way after Christmas. And I wasn't too sure if I was going to stream. I was like, I'm tired, like I felt cheated this holiday season. It's like if you do y'all remember this? Like your teachers in like elementary school, middle school, they would assign like a science fair project like in December, right? And the science fair project was due in January. So you if you were like me, you were worried about said science fair project throughout the holidays. You never were able to enjoy your break. That was me. This holiday break. Like y'all remember I got tore up like by a very senior person. So I spent the whole like break like trying to reanalyze and relook project plans. So I felt cheated. I felt cheated. Not gonna happen again. Not gonna happen again. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Not gonna happen again. I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna say, no, you do this. And you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say exactly what I say. Okay, I will pay someone else to do it. That's at least what they threaten with that. Back yes, Rouser. That's what I said. So I said, you know what? I let me get back on track. So last year, if y'all recall, I came back. The first interview we did was Crazy Louie. So shout out to Crazy Louie. Shout out to that entire crew over there at Xbox International. Crazy Louie, Plume, Sour Blow, just all of them. Silent Cypher, all the guests, a great community they have over there on Xbox International. Really enjoy their content. So shout out to them. But if y'all remember, like it took a little while for me to get back into my groove. So I said, you know what? I want to start streaming now, get back into the groove. And lo and behold, I reached out to a few people and to start getting some interviews going, and they all accepted. So I was like, wow. So I'm really super excited about that and talking about just like I said, talking about their game journey. What's going on, Cami? What's going up? I saw you posted some VR stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. So if y'all don't go check out ISO Emotion Gaming's channel, doing a lot everything Valorant and then some. That's what I think of his channel. They say you're never going to make CO without a good science project. You know, I believe that, you'll never make CEO, uh, I don't know, without stealing other people's work. That's all I'm gonna say. All the CEOs I know, unless they're founders, the CEOs I know who like just like wiggled their way up, I don't know. Definitely like to steal other people's work. Claim it. I think that's the art of being a CEO. Like, oh, you did that? Let me take credit for it. So yeah, Purple's RECO Purple Haze Ink. Well, I wonder if that is I bet you that's like some cannabis. Let's ask. We'll have to ask Rudix when he comes back. Is Purple Haze Ink its own cannabis business? Something tells me someone's already copyrighted that. But the proof in the plane, the proof is in the plane. Let me know if you ever want to use that because I just so happen to know who has the copyrights to that. That was like kind of my big project last year was doing that. I haven't really licensed it. I just wanted to do it. So I did it. Hey, Wit, what's going on? Just talking about stuff. Also, y'all, I talked about this right before the break, and that is on in regards to games coming out in 2024. And I said, 2023 is going to be really hard to match. I'm really excited about it. And I said 2024 was going to take a dip. This is what I'll say. The games I was excited about for 2023, I was really, really excited about, right? And that was like 5 or 6. What I will say about 2024, after looking at the lineup, I'm not as like there's nothing like Tears of the Kingdom. Not gonna, it's just gonna be hard to match that. Pikmin, it's gonna be really hard to match that. But what I am gonna say is there's a lot of games in 2024 that I'm excited about. And so yeah, I think 2024 is going to be another really, really strong year. I'm hoping the games live up to it. It gets kicked off, I think, in the 10 days, Prince of Persia. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know about you, but I don't know. For some reason, I've been in this side scroller mode. And correct me if I'm wrong. I know some of y'all keep up with this way more than I do, but Prince of Persia is going to be 60 or no, 120 frames per second. I think that's crazy. Like 4K 120 for a side scroller. Like, I don't know. I guess that's cool. Like, I didn't know like side scrollers were like they had it like that. But that's something that's coming out. Also, Peggy, The ones who do all the ratings for the not Peggy, but the ESRB. What is Peggy? The ESRB rating, they just did one for Little Nightmares, the first one. So potentially a remaster. I know people out there like it's a remaster. I don't care. Like I love that game. I'm gonna probably get it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love Little Nightmares, so I'll probably get it. Wasn't Ori 4K 120 on Xbox? It might have been roster. It's beautiful enough to be 4K 120. I don't Here's the thing. People get upset with me when I say this. I can't tell like 120 from 60. I can't. It's like 2K to 4K. I can't tell that. Like no. And so like you'll never really hear me criticize a game for that, because it's something I just can't, especially like when you start getting way up into that range, like I can't see it. Now, what I can see is when the character in the game is kind of blocky movement or Krata. I can't stand that game. If y'all don't know what it is, be glad. That game was frustrating. I need my 2024 games now. Well, Holtz, what games are you looking for 2024? I know you said Ronin so yeah, they're coming, Holtz. Yeah, games back in the day on SNES had 60 frames, but I was a different resolution. Yeah, so like Ori, if Ori is 120, 4K, totally uh totally hear you on that. Like then I love it, right? Little Nightmares, I doubt Little Nightmares was 120. It just seemed like I just doubt it. Like I think it's a beautiful game. So I believe it's probably 4K, but I doubt Little Nightmares was like pushing the frames per second way up there like that. But I still think it's a beautiful game. But yeah, there's like I said, Prince of Persia, obviously Little Nightmares 3 is coming out. Black Myth Wukong. So I'm a little hesitant on Black Myth Wukong. Here's the reason why. So I told y'all, best subscription service out in gaming right now is my public library, because they have like every game that I want to play, and I just go check it out, and there I have it. Right, like it's pretty cool deal. Um, and so what did I go check out? Like I checked out Elden Ring. I was like, all right, I did Remnant 2. I know a Souls game. No. So I played Elden Ring for like an hour and 7 minutes. And I would say like 10 of those minutes were just designing my character. And at that point, I realized I think I had played enough. Now, I know there's a lot of Elden Ring faithful out there. Jersey, if y'all remember him, we interviewed him last year. Jersey's a huge Elden Ring fan. He would be like, that's because you're not a great gamer, Purple. I would be like, yeah, that's great. Like I'm good. like I'm good. I don't know. Y'all who play Elden Ring, let me know. I didn't have the greatest experience. Well, Kratos was an awesome. I am out. Jeff, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Getting disabled frame across device is oddly challenging. I believe it, Joe. I think it is hard to do that. Um, but but I just didn't know Prince of Persia was gonna be pushing 120. I kind of Ubisoft is a weird situation. You know, I don't know. Uh, but yeah, so that was that. Might still be recovering from New Year's Purple. What was Simpleton's always recovering. Don't give him an excuse, Sanchez. Don't give him that. Oh my goodness. Sanchez, we need to talk basketball. I haven't talked basketball with you in a second. I've been playing a Metrovania called After Image, but enjoying it. Really? After Image. Never heard of it. Roster, I didn't know you were into Metrovanias. I know Simpleton was, but I didn't know Roster you were. So yeah, I see it. So according to Persia, yeah. So well, there I'm mistaken. Prince of Persia, Tekken 8, Final Fantasy 7, Like a Dragon, Princess Peach, South Park Snow Day, Rise of Ronin, Stellar Blade, Phantom Blade, a lot of blades. Zero Blade Zero, Persona 3 Reloaded, Persona, you need to get with We just mentioned Legend 350, probably the biggest Persona fan I know. I'm alpha testing a sweet indie I'm looking forward to called Nice Stones. It's uh Joe, let us know. We'll broadcast it out. Let us know the Steam page so we can go like it, so we can, get you whatever. Let me know so I can purchase some copies. See, other content creators ask for the codes, and I get it if you got the hookup like that. But I also like to support. And so yeah, let me know. Let me know. That's I just finished the Ori games and had such a blast with. Yeah, so I actually am in the process of Ori Will of the Wisp. So Ori and the Blind Forest, I did everything in the game. Just everything. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, I'm trying to go through and get it. Like I beat the game, and now for some reason over the break, that's actually the only game I've been playing. I'm just going through and getting like all the spirit shards. Did I make that word up? I want to say it's a spirit shard. Um, I'm just going back and getting all that and purchasing all the upgrades. But yeah, I love Ori. Love Moon Studios. Really looking forward to the new game Moon Studios is going to put out. So that's another thing. But y'all, another game. I just found out this game is coming out. Okay. But another game I am super, super looking forward to in early 2024 because that's what they say it's coming out. Contra. Yes, Contra from Konami. They are going to make another Contra. It's going to be local co-op. So I would love for it to be online co-op, but it's going to be local co-op. So I'll be playing with it with my brother. And all the entire score is going to be like the original Contra, but it's going to be done through like classical music. So I'm a huge fan of that. I'm actually really looking forward to that. Like that's actually I don't know why this like slipped through the radar for me. Like I just so happened to looking up through it. It sounds super interesting. Yeah, it did, right? It looked like you have multiple characters. It's just not the red dude and the blue dude. You had like just a lot of characters. I thought it was super cool. Super late, but you're just fine. We all know everybody's doing stuff. I know y'all are like busy. Like I said, I just was gonna come on here, talk a little bit about the new year, try to get it going on. I can post. Oh, you know what? I don't really have a lot of topics, but I can talk about a lot of gaming news. Unfortunately, we still have more game devs closing down. Not good. Where's my invite? Ron, if you get on the show right now, I'm going to post this right now, Ron. You can come on right now. I'm posting it now, Ron. There you are, Ron. I posted it. Click it. Come in, Ron. And we will talk. Yo, I actually gamed with Ron Slusher on Stadia. Like it was like the coolest thing that story I tell where like I'm playing it and I could tell like someone was like playing on their phone and then they switched seamlessly to playing on their TV. That was Ron on Stadia playing Outriders. It was and it was in the middle of a battle. That's Ron Slusher, who I was playing with when we did that. So Ron, if you click the link, you can come on. Like I'm posting it there. Anybody want to talk? I kind of just want to see what everybody did over the holidays. Like anybody go do like family vacation? Did anybody like get? Unfortunately, I think some people got sick. I know a lot of people were kind of like dealing with a little bit of cold sickness. Why can I not post this? Why can I not pin this comment? This is weird. I don't know why. So what we're gonna do is let me see if I can pin it here and then it come out over there. Y'all want to try that? Let me see if I can pin it there and it come up over here. Okay, I think it can do it there. Ron is a Stadia legend. Ron is multiple. Isn't Ron part of the Old Dirty Blasters? Isn't Ron part of that group? Can you remove you? Forgive you or remove you? Ron is a Stadia legend. Hey, Sour Blow, how are you? Speaking of people who might be coming on the show soon, don't want to ruin it. It might be Sour Blow. Y'all know Sour Blow is a legend, ex international royalty over there. Let me see. Let me see. Can I pin that? There we go. There it's pinned. It's pinned. Hey, Trey man, what's going on? Just seeing what everybody's doing. Tell, like I can tell y'all what I did. Like I said, I was working a lot. Think I told you I did this new move. It's still not set up. It's not really how I want it. Like I need to change out this light. Like it's a weird light that I can't control the light bulb. So I'm gonna get a new fixture for that. So it's like really plain. I don't like it. Don't like this area right now. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to, well, let me talk about what happened over the New Year. New Year I ate a lot of cake. Ate a lot of cake, ate a lot of chocolate, like a lot. So I'm gonna be working the next like 4 months to like work that off. So that's a lot. But didn't go anywhere. Like I said, was just really busy with it. But if it wasn't like stuff with work, it was stuff with this move. So I really felt cheated this holiday season. New Year's Eve did not go anywhere. Like a lot of people like to go to Times Square for that. I don't do it. It's not my thing. Um, so if you saw me on TV, it wasn't me because I wasn't there. And yeah, that was my holiday. What did I get? I didn't really get anything for Christmas. To be very honest, because I think we were moving. What I did get the house. I got like a subwoofer for my media room. Um, like new appliances. Like I don't like being a grown up. Like that's not cool, you know. Like I got appliances, and yeah, I think like that's what I got actually for Christmas. So like on the 23rd, they or the 22nd, they put the appliances in. So a new washer and dryer. Really excited, right? Washer and dryer. Woot woot. And then on the 25th, what I got was a gas leak. So you know what happens with a gas leak? The utility company comes out. And if they finally they can't fix it. See, first they try to fix it. So if they can fix it, that's really cool. But guess what if they can't fix it? They shut your gas off. And then you need to go find a plumber. Don't ask me why these two are mixed. Don't ask me why you got to go get a plumber for the gas leak. But you got to get a plumber to turn your gas back on. And they charge money. So that's what I got for Christmas. I got a gas leak. And then I got a visit from the utility company. And then I had to pay for a visit from the plumber. That's what I got. Super, super fun. All right. With that, we got to guess because I'm already upset about this. Holtz, what's going on?
Well, if Mario can do anything, then I guess any plumber can do anything.
Say that again. Wait, well, say it again, Holtz.
I guess if Mario can do anything, I guess any plumber can do anything.
You're right. I don't know why they get it. You have to get a plumber. They gave you this red tag that they put on your gas, and they're like, if you move that, that's like a code violation.
They're like super gas plumber.
It is. And then you bring the plumber out, and the plumber was like really honest with me. He's like, ma'am, we can fix this, but it's gonna cost you. And it's weird because I'm like, okay, don't fix it. Like I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Like, okay, yeah, let me not fix this thing that I'm in a violation for. Like, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, yeah, that's sad. Sad times.
That's what I got. That's what I got for Christmas. I'll never forget. It was amazing.
As a traditional male for Christmas, I got socks and pajamas.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, so I don't need heating and gas. As long as I've got me socks and me pajamas, I can just stay snug.
Oh my goodness.
I would have told the gas man, it's a bit hot soon. Go away.
I wish I could have done that. But my mom was so excited because y'all know my mom she's running around here, right? Somewhere. And she's really excited. and she's like, "Oh, it doesn't smell too bad." I'm like, "Mom, it's not that's not it's not one of those things that we're just like, oh, let's let this one slide."
You sure
I
it
don't
wasn't?
know.
You sure it wasn't the smell of New York? That,
It was
mm,
no, it was definitely like,
I think maybe it's the smell of them game cases you're renting from the library. I think they've just
oh
been
my
on
goodness. Yeah,
been on the
well,
shelf a little bit.
it could have been. I had Elden Ring at that time. Or did I have Elden Ring at that time? Nope. I rented Elden Ring the 27th, and then I gave it back.
I was watching your stream and you
Or
talked about the
checked it out.
library, and the first thing I done was go and check my local library. And my main local library is in the city centre, but I've got my local library is my little, little area. But the major one is the city library. And I can go on the internet and request games to my local library. They'll post it to the library and I have to collect it in 2 days. And I was like, I never knew this until Purple mentioned it. I went,
You
I've
had games
got
at your library?
games at my library.
I told you.
Yeah.
Neil was telling me his library is like the size of a closet. So I unfortunately Neil doesn't get games. But what games did they have?
So they had Hogwarts Legacy, and
Solid.
around about that area. So I would say about March, April on the PlayStation 5. But they got Switch games, Xbox games. They had the latest Falls on Xbox. So I don't know who's requesting it or people are donating it to the charities or something like that. But I did actually have games. So if I went back the collection, so if I wanted to play any backlog games from Switch and PlayStation 5, you're on a winner there. So if I received a console for Christmas this year, you're winning, definitely winning.
I think that's what I was thinking. Like someone who either any of them, whether it's Xbox. Can y'all still hear me? I got like some little error message. Can you still hear me? Hold.
Yeah, I can hear you, but there was like a little pop. There was a little pop.
Yeah, something happened. Well, my whole thing is that I just thought it was cool. Like they had like if someone was just to get into like hey, they got a PlayStation, they got an Xbox, even if they had a PS4 or Xbox, um, the previous generation or so, like there was a lot. I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool.
I mean,
So
what really excites me is sometimes games come to subscriptions, what, about 1 to 3 years? So if your library have actually got games from 6 months to a year to 18 months, I think that's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
yeah, hold on. Everybody's saying that my sound's wrong. Joe, do you have games at your library? Let me just see. Because if you do, no, it says the same thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, y'all.
It popped. I heard a pop.
It's it. Pop. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'll try to get it to work. It's a Switch. It's a Switch. I don't know. I thought it was a Switch, y'all. Well, it is. Well, if it's really bothering y'all, let me know. Is it really bothering you, Holt, or you're okay?
People were just taking the mick. What's behind me? I'm a common streamer. That's not. I called it Kiss before. Keeping it simply stupid. That's my motto going forward. So
I don't know.
let's
I
not.
didn't touch it. I just saw these like random like I'd never seen them before. Like these messages was about my mic, and I was like, what? I don't know. Well, yeah. So Joe, you gotta go check it out. I think the library is cool. It's obviously I'm a huge fan of it. They have printers I can use. By the way, I hate printers. I hate printers in my house. I can't stand them.
That's how you found the library, wasn't it? That was the
That's
story.
how I started going back to the libraries because I was like, because here's my thing with printers. Like you unless you're like in school or you're doing a lot of contracts or you're mailing stuff a lot, like you don't use a printer. You just don't. So what ends up happening is the ink cartridge or the toner, one of those two things is going to go bad. The paper costs a lot of money. It just takes up a lot of space. Then you have to do an update to it. It's just ridiculous.
The last time I used a printer was about 2012, and the cartridge just exploded, and I actually had to clean the reel, and it was just everywhere. And I just went, from now on, that's it. I've never used it. I've not
No,
used. I've not used a pen in years.
a
And
pen? Now that's crazy talk.
no, because these days, when people like say sign for something, you just use your finger on like as a stylus on the iPad or electronic device that they have.
I guess you could do, but I still use a I
This
have
doesn't
to
make sense.
scribble.
You don't like paper. You don't like paper on a printer, which is physical, because you send electronic documents. And then when I'm reading that electronic document, you're having to go at me because I sign with my finger. Why should
Well,
I get a
just
pen to sign your electronic documents?
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think things are getting out. So it's coming from my headphones, which these are the Sony MX5s or something like that. So hopefully the mic on those. I bought these so the sound quality is good. I guess it isn't coming from here. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. It's one of those days. It's one of those days.
You gonna start a Limp Bizkit song there?
What biscuits? For
Limp
live?
Bizkit. No,
Huh?
you said it's just one of those days with. I
Oh
thought
my no, no,
it's like
no, no.
it's like a Limp Bizkit lyric there. I was like, is she gonna start?
No, no Limp Biscuit here. No Limp Biscuit. But yeah, y'all should go check out your library. You can save cost of getting a printer and you can go rent out games. And if you're crazy, you might find a book you like. I know it's crazy, but the library has things you can go do, and it's quiet. Usually,
My library's not designed anymore for books.
really.
The design more for like, like young students to go in there and read. They're like it's more like a nursery come like.
How young do they want these kids reading? Nursery.
I would say about 3, 4. So then there's still adult books, but it's more like subsects. It's like they'll take the school kids to the library to learn them to use the electronic system to request books. Where when I was a kid, it used to be books, shelves everywhere. And yeah, now it's not like that. It's more electronic now with computers and a little section for the kids to come
So
and that.
wait, so you just said something really interesting. The library doesn't have books. All right, I got you there, Holtz. But they're used to take students to learn how to check out books.
Yeah, using the electronic system. So
But there's no books at the library.
yeah, but what happens now it's like what you do is you request the book from wherever it's been stored or whatever, handled in the main library. This is my local library, so the main library will send a service. It's like the games. The game will do the
Oh, I see what you're saying. So the books are somewhere and they get the book and then
yeah. But when I was a kid, the library used to be populated with shelves. But now
I
what
got
they've
you.
done is it's all electronic now. It's more like a learning center now, and then you request the book. So you can still request a study hall and stuff like that, but it's all using electronics.
No. Well, I think yeah, mine still has books and mine has a game section, but there's like I guess it's all the libraries in the county here, which I guess there's like 10 of them, 8 or 10, one of those even numbers. And that like you can like between those 8 to 10 libraries, you have like every single game on PlayStation or Xbox. It's
Well,
crazy.
the only time I've actually used the library was back in the university days. Sometime about like 2003 to 9. And I used to walk in and the woman used to go, "Excuse me, can I have that book about how to game?" And used to write on a card and go upstairs on the third, second floor. And I used to go up and there used to be the old dark bookcases, shelves and shelves as far as the eye could see. It was like something out of Harry Potter. And you walked and the lights used to flicker and you're like, oh, what? I'm only trying to get a book on gaming. And there was thousands upon thousands. And people go,
All these
wow,
volumes.
that looks so English. And I'm like, and when I look back, that was just a timepiece. I've never seen anything like it. Now, these days, people go, if I went to my university and said, "Can I have a book?" They go, "Go and buy it on Kindle. Go and get a digital format."
They're
But
telling you that? Oh no.
and then back in
I
the day,
get
I used to have my leather satchel purple filled with books about programming and stuff, and they used to weigh really heavy. That's muscles on the shoulders. Students back in the day walking around with books. Oh, it was
it was the same. It's not like it is anymore. Well, I don't know. Like Holtz, the chat knows. I actually found another type of library. It's kind of crazy in New
all
York
right,
City.
all right. What was it?
It's an appointment only library.
Oh,
It's actually
this
at
is
the main New York City library.
I was going to say this is going to sound a lot sussy there. I was going to say it wasn't in a red district, was it, or something
No,
like?
no, this is it. So you don't think don't worry. So like if you go to the New York City library, it's actually really big. Like the you can go and tour, and it's like what you see in Ghostbusters, like cool, whatever.
Shh, yeah. Shh.
Shh, the ghost, exactly. But there's libraries within this library. Okay, so and you have to go by appointment only, and it's a library of the conjuring arts. How cool is that? The conjuring arts. And so it's a library with over
Well,
1,000 volumes.
purple, do they summon you when your appointment's due? Because they
Yeah,
conjure you
I
purple.
think they do. I don't know what they do, but it's a library for magicians.
Ooh.
I know, I know. I thought that was super cool. And it has like all these volumes from like all these historical magicians and stuff, like all the way dating back to like the Egyptians of how to
Oh,
do magic. I thought that was crazy. Like,
oh, I'm jealous now. I would love to see that.
no, it is from like all these different languages. And I know about this because I met this woman and her job, she knows like 7 languages. She's like, that's her thing, right? And her job is to translate these books. Some of these books are like in Latin, some of them are like in Gaelic. It's weird. And I know Gaelic. And her job is to translate them into English or into some current language.
I,
It's a
I would
Harry Potter library, kind of, Joe. It's kind of like that.
see. I'm from a place where all these things exist. So if I know all this stuff through childhood, they'll tell us stay away from that ogre, stay away from that billy goat, and
Yeah, that's a thing. It's a
it's
thing
just
of where we live.
street smart. So I don't need no library. You know what I
You
mean?
don't need them for those.
I mean,
Well,
but for magic tricks, I'd love to know that. You know what I mean? It's like it'd be like the Hogwarts of New York City.
it is. It's a thing. Like y'all can go look at it. It's like the Library of Conjuring Arts. I'm not making
Yeah,
it up. It's like a
I just love
thing.
it. There's ghost towns, there's shush, there's books about magic. It's New York. I love it.
It's crazy. You would have never thought of that about New York. But yeah, it's there. I don't
So,
know
so,
why it's
so
in New York.
you've got a section of games and trivia and books that we all know. Then you've got a magician section. Is there anything else? I'm now curious what this
I
what
don't know. They don't tell you this. They don't tell you this type of stuff. But supposedly the library is like the Pentagon. It goes like
have
20 floors down.
you ever seen the Yellow Submarine by the Beatles?
The yellow, have I ever seen it?
Yes.
Have I ever seen the Yellow Submarine that was sung by the Beatles?
No, the movie that was by the Beatles.
I haven't seen the movie. I've seen part like
There's a part where they open doors and the door go to different places. It's just like one small room, but this door or just one
just goes
corridor, and
into another place.
it goes into a different place and a different place. It's like a comedy sketch. I feel that's what New York Library's like. If you open it, you step through time. There's a
It,
friggin'
I don't. I'm telling you, it could be.
you,
It could be.
well, I'm surprised there's a door to Narnia there, and you're like, what the hell's that? The Lion, the Witch, and the Door.
It could. I like. I'm telling you, there's libraries within libraries within libraries. I don't even know what you call that anymore, but it's there.
You
And
need
then some of them. And then the thing about this Conjuring Arts Library, I think you can go, but to check out a book, you actually have to be part of the Conjuring Club. And the only way to get into the Conjuring Club, this is crazy. You have to do magic in front of a member of the Conjuring Club that they don't know how you did it. So you have to like these like world magicians, like wizards and warlocks and whatnot. You have to do magic that they've not seen, yet they have access to the Conjuring Arts Library.
hey, that's very selfish. That's what happens if I wanted to be a magician or a warlock, and they're like, no, you have to show us something that we don't know yet. But you've got the books for centuries. How am I going to learn? Sorry.
I'm telling you, that means like if you're one of those Conjuring Arts people, I feel like it's like getting a PhD. This could get real political real fast, but that's a different story. But yeah, they have to do something, like they have to do some type of magic trick, and yeah, and so I've anytime I talk to a magician, I always ask them like, hey, have you heard about this library? And some of them all of them know about it, but not all of them have like access to check out books. And so that's how in my opinion, how I know who's actually practicing the dark arts and who's not.
Ooh. So like where you got like loads of con people around like New York, so like psychics and mediums and wizards. The true secret is in the library.
It's always in the library.
Now I wonder like if the receptionist has to be like a powerful witch to stop you going in. Like, she has to be like powerful. You can't just walk in. She has to like Expelliarmus, Crucio. I know Harry Potter law, so that's yeah.
I'm sure. I think that's why it's by appointment. And then so like I'm sure you come and there's like several of these wizards and warlocks. I don't ever understand why a warlock's called a warlock, by the way. That always confused me. Like, what is an actual warlock versus like a wizard?
Well, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get in contact with Bjorn. Dad plays games. I'm going to borrow his robe. So when next time I'm in New York City, they won't question me. I'll have a little mustache, and they won't dare. I'll walk in like Stephen Strange out of the Marvels or something. Just trick them.
Yeah. Hey, well, there you all have it. If you want to come to New York City, there's obviously, I'm surprised Ghostbusters have not made a tie-in to like the Conjuring. What is it called? The Conjuring Arts Library, the Conjuring Arts.
Maybe that's how Ghostbusters got so many movies. Someone's actually like bringing the cast from the dead and
doing that and conjuring them. Is that what
their intent? Because we all know Ghostbusters is based off of true real life events. It actually happened. It's the conjurers. They've conjured the Statue of Liberty, Stay Puff.
Stay Puff. They've done everything.
They'd want to brought Slimer to the hotel. I'm on to them.
Oh my goodness. Maybe one of the books that got out was the Tobin Spirit Guide.
Yeah, I was watching Ghostbusters the other
day. Yeah.
And because it's always a good New Year movie, isn't it? Because it's usually set, I think number 2 is set between Christmas and New Year, isn't it? As it leads up. And it was a great movie. Then I actually Googled it and then seen the artist who does the photo, he actually done a reimagination of it.
The artist in the movie or the artist who created
that created that picture of Vigo?
Okay, the one that. So there's an actual artist who painted Vigo that they're
and he sort of done like a reimagining of like 2023.
A modern day Vigo.
And the modern Vigo, he's probably got an iPad, something like
Oh my goodness! That's Obi's favorite. He likes Ghostbusters too. I like Ghostbusters 1. I actually like them all. Y'all know how I feel about this. And if you want to play Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, let me know. We can do a community play session. I have no problem doing that. Get it on sale because it goes on sale, and we can go.
I got a notification off PlayStation before. They said that the VR game's ready to pre-order.
Which one? Oh, for Ghostbusters?
The new VR one. I can't remember what it's called.
You know how I feel about that? Eternal Shadite. Shout out to another Xbox International person who may be coming on the show soon. But no spoilers. No spoilers.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Quest and stuff like that. So if you want to be a Ghostbuster purple, get into VR. I mean, we've already got a great team. There'll be me, you, Urban, and Obi. That's it. We'll switch with the cast in chat.
What? But I need like what? A PlayStation?
No, I'm pretty sure it's coming to Quest 3 as well.
My goodness. But I gotta get VR. My problem with VR is it's something that I have to wear. I guess that's my problem with a lot of things. But my problem with like that for video games. Like, why can't they just make like my glasses VR glasses?
Yeah, true. I mean, New York is probably pretty haunted anyway, so you can just go real life ghost hunting. Ever seen them shows where you never see a ghost? Is that the door? Ooh, did you see a specter? And you're like, no one saw it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I mean, I have to say, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Y'all will be the first. If I get a PlayStation, I told y'all will be like the first to know. But I don't see myself buying a PlayStation anytime soon. I just don't.
I can't help it. A lot of my games that I'm buying in 2024 are surrounded by the exclusivity or what I think is a PlayStation game. So like Tekken 8 is always being bought on a Sony device. There's no reason why I can't play it on other places, but I just feel more comfortable buying it because of the nostalgia factor of PlayStation on it.
I mean, I think I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. All the games I want to play, I don't think are are
Well,
exclusive.
why I came on is because you mentioned Legend 350, big Persona fan, which he is, and so is Room Mamba. He's a big, huge bingo.
Rune's a big fan of a lot of games.
So we're looking forward to the new Atlas game, which is by Persona, the makers of Persona. There's a Metaphor Refantizo. I think that's how you say it. And that's coming out the end of the year as well. So that was one game that I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward because. And there was a person that was on a Cowboys chat. He goes, Holt, don't you think you got enough Persona and you got enough Shimigami Tensei? And I'm like, no, never. I'm going to grind
Really?
these games. So when you mentioned Legends and he's doing it, I'm like, well, at least I know three people that when the game comes, we're just going to be addicted to the end of the year of this game.
Yeah, Legend's super addicted to Persona. I'm not addicted. He's a big fan of Persona. Like he's like, there's certain people who I go to their channels to watch certain games. Like I know Legend, I will get Persona eventually. I know when I go watch ISO, I'm gonna get Valorant, eventually. Like there's certain people who I watch their content for
When you
that stuff.
travel purple, do you actually take your handheld, would you? Your Switch?
Mm-mm.
Or is it more work focus when you're actually traveling in transport, plane, car?
No, yeah. Well, I told you I can't like play handhelds and be in something moving.
Oh,
It
I see. Yeah.
it really bothers. It's the same thing like reading a book. I can't. It just there's something about that I can't be moving.
Yeah, I can't do that. It's just I can't even use my phone. I think it's just the it's everywhere, isn't it? I can't do it.
Yeah. So no, I don't. I mean, that's why Stadia was cool, right? Which I actually have something to show you all that just came in the mail not too long ago. Give me a second, Holtz. Entertain the crowd while I go get this.
I wonder what she always does this. She leaves on cliffhangers, and that it makes my brain go, "What can it be?" I mean, we've already mentioned toaster. She hasn't got a PlayStation 5. It could be a proton pack, a book of the dark arts. That'll be a good one. Yeah, the secrets. Who knows? Who knows? I'm really intrigued. Hope it's gaming tech. I'd love to go. Ooh, or some
So I'm
food.
back. So I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So
How,
this is something for me, right? Because y'all know I was a huge fan, and Stadia broke our hearts. So if you're still pissed off, you can still be pissed off. But I thought this was really cool. I have with me the clear Stadia controller, which they only gave to the launch team of Stadia.
how did you get that?
Exactly. Exactly.
Purple. I was just in New York shouting at the Google building, going, "Where's my clear controller?" And you
There
got
you
one.
go. There you go. So now I have every controller. Like there's only like 100 of these in the world because the launch team at the time was really small. There's only like 100 of these.
Did you get a? I've got a Stadia water bottle that I use all the time, and a Stadia hoodie.
Yeah, I don't have any of those. I wanted to get them from Clive. See, look at that. It says Stadia launch team 2019.
Why is Clive still got it like a mint condition?
I don't know what the I know Clive has the hoodie. But I think that's Clive's hoodie. I don't think
I won one from Stadia Arcadia.
uh
That was like one of the first crazes, and we were all jumping on board. And Stadia was giving water bottles, and a claw controller, and a hoodie.
that's super cool.
There was only like in the Stadia community at the time. There was like me, Mr. Urban World.
Like a handful.
Yeah, there was like me, Mr. Urban World, and a few creators. And in the end, it was just a look at the draw, and it was like, Holtz, you've won. And I was like, yes, oh
Oh,
dear,
wow,
water
that's
bottle.
super
And
awesome.
the claw came with like $60, and I've still got it to this day. I'll pull it out and show you and I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I still am a huge fan. I am convinced and that eventually Stadia, regardless of whatever, but just like anything else, like it's going to be like eventually something people will reminisce about.
Do you know what? Right, the Stadia hoodie is literally here, but there's a leather jacket holding it down. I'm trying to get it with one hand, and I know it's not going to be good for the mic. And I'm like, should I just pull this hoodie right here? But I'm a bit worried. But
Oh,
it's got the S. It's got like the S there. I mean, I think
that's
Clive got the
super
zip.
cool. Yeah.
I think I think I think he got the zip down, and I got just the hoodie with the strings.
That's super cool.
So
Yeah, Cherry Man, we are. No, we're not.
I'm like something like I'm like an alien, like Superman from Krypton. I'm like, do people see the S and like, what's that mean? Hope? I said no. It used to have hope, but it doesn't
Oh
now.
no, no hope. No hope. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, you
Now
know,
you see, people used to say to me, people used to say to us, "You people are drinking the Kool-Aid of Stadia," and I remember being happy at that time. So every time I get my water bottle, I try.
you just drink it.
Everything's happy. The
Oh
Kool-Aid.
my goodness. No, I don't know what it was. I don't know why. I think I like the library that they curated. I think that's what I miss. There's not a library that's curated like that, except for my local library.
Well, to me, I was sitting there. I think it was on one of your shows or something like that. I was trying to say the aesthetics now of seeing games with ray tracing, particle, whatever, and it's so realistic. I think it's making me disconnect from gaming because gaming, in my mind, makes me realize the cartoon or the gaming aesthetic of it, the fun of gaming. And now I think they're going too extreme, too realistic. You know
Like
what I
which
mean?
game?
Like when you sit there and say Call of Duty, you can sit there and I can look at Stellar Blaze and go to myself, wow. Or was it the Black Myth Wukong?
Black Myth Wukong.
I
Yeah.
can look at it and go, oh my god, that looks so real. And then part of me is like, do I really want to cut someone in half? Do I really want to like? So part of me is like, if they do a cartoon robot aesthetic look, anime look, then I feel I'm really having fun in the game. But when I want to look at games now, I feel like, wow, they're too realistic that my brain's sort of disconnecting, going, do I really want that?
So I think I've been thinking about this between like what is it that I like about game, and maybe this isn't as profound as how much time I spent thinking about it. And I thought about like what is it that really pulls me into a game? Like is it the visuals? Is it the music? Is it a story? And what I've come to believe it's one particular thing that like pulls me in. And that is the game loop. Like, what am I trying to get through in the game? And so I think I'm okay if it's super realistic, but it has to be something. I think that's the issue with super realistic games with me. Because if you notice, like the games I really like aren't super realistic. And so I think with super realistic games, it's hard to create a game loop that keeps me engaged, other than to be like, oh, this is realistic in the world. But if I want to be like in the world, I'll just go walk outside.
Yeah, so it's like when you just mentioned like Prince of Persia, Metrovania. You feel like you can explore even in that 2D 2.5 aesthetic, and I'll put more time in that going up, down, left, right, jump than I ever would putting in a realistic game. I'm not saying I don't like visuals. I just feel like when it comes to more funny designed games, I don't know, Mario Wonder or stuff like that, Personas, I feel like I'm putting more hours because I feel I'm having more fun with them aesthetics than I'm actually am with real life over the top.
That's just my thing. And I want to say, what's up, Geek? How are you? Are you in Texas right now, Geek? And triple jump isn't real. Roster, triple jump is actually one of the. I would argue the triple jump in Ori is one of the most important abilities in the entire game. So triple jump. What? Go ahead.
I was actually very good at triple jump as a kid. Run, hop, scotch, jump.
Run. In my mind, I was thinking you were actually jumping in the air twice after you jumped initially, but you're meaning the I was like, how did you do that?
I was secretly doing the Mario move, and the extra twist.
I was like, oh yeah. But no, you're talking about the track and field event. I don't think that should be called triple jump.
It was jump, okay, jump again. Okay.
No, it's like hop. It's like hop, skip, jump.
True.
It's like a hop. No, it's like a what? How does it go? You run,
Yeah, but anything that elevates off the
You
floor is a
skip, you
jump, isn't it?
skip,
So
and then you
hop, skip, jump, isn't it? Like, run, skip, hop, jump. Yeah, I think it is, as I remember.
it's like a skip, a jump, and then a leap. Skip, jump, leap.
Yeah, and I used to be very good at triple jump.
Skip, jump, leap. You didn't do triple jump.
Well,
Like that'd
anything,
be cool if you did do triple jump.
so a skip and a hop's not
Probably make a
sort of
lot of
like
money.
a form of a jump.
Bramble still looks good. Yeah, Bramble does look good, but I wouldn't say Bramble's like super realistic looking, Sanchez. Would you? Like I think Bramble it like lets me know I'm in a fairy tale.
Well,
A
you
very
people won't
dark
know.
fairy tale.
My next TikTok video is going to be me jumping off a high place and then reversing it back so it looks like I can do 3 jumps up. So I'll
You should
stagger.
do it.
So so jump off something where I can land on my feet and then reverse it so it looks like jump, jump, jump.
You should do it. It would be a triple jump. That will be a triple jump.
Well, just see that will get me in the magic library. You see, people will start saying, "How
If
can
you
you-"
did that, that would get you in the magic
and I'll be
library.
like, "I've just told me secret on purple laser show." Oh, damn.
You just did your no. I think if you did that, that would get you into the club.
To the magic people, you didn't hear anything. Just wave me hand like David Blaine or something like.
Did y'all see David Blaine? So Toltz, I don't think you get it in the UK, but David Blaine was on one of the New Year's Eve shows, and it was kind of crazy. He did this like David Blaine doesn't like do magic. He does like
Mental magic, he does. That's what it is.
Darren Brown does mental, right? Darren Brown does mental magic. David Blaine does like you're like, how did he do that? But I wouldn't call it magic. It's kind of like this weird stuff. Like, Obi, did you see it? It's like so what he did is he was talking to Anderson Cooper and the other dude, and he was drinking water, like a lot of water. Now, the amount of water he was drinking was pretty ridiculous, how much he was actually drinking. And then what he did is he like lit something on fire, which was like a magic trick. He said, "Hey, look, here's all these cards. Why don't you like see the card?" And then he lit something on fire, and then the card he said, "Think of a card you saw," and then the card you saw, he showed it when he lit this thing on fire. But that wasn't the craziest thing. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I could kind of see how he did that." And then he like spit out like a gallon of water to put out the fire.
Mm.
It was
How much is it?
ridiculous.
I mean, I'm impressed. I'm going to come with a gallon. I don't know how many liters in a gallon. So last time I seen David Blaine, he was suspended in a box for days and also suspended in blocks of ice.
I seen the ice one. I seen the ice, and yes, he does like stabbing himself. I forget what the people who like to give themselves pain for sexual gratification.
Massive sadicus, isn't it?
The
Sadicus?
ones who give themselves pain.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's a pain just remembering
So
that
I
name.
thought, is it all the same? If you like pain, it's like yeah, I could see that, David. I could see that, yeah. But he did this trick, like, and so it was like, yeah, it was crazy. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't magic though. If I was part of the Conjuring Arts, I wouldn't let him in.
But you're not powerful.
I'd be like, that's not magic.
I mean, if someone wants to see me drink a gallon of Pepsi Max and bring it and dissolve a card, I'll try it. You know what I mean? How many liters is a gallon?
How many liters? 3.8.
3 liters.
You like that? You like that?
I think
or 3.8.
I think I can drink 3.8 liters of water and bring it.
No,
back
he
up.
drank it like on air. Like he had these bottles, and he just kept drinking them. And they're like, "Oh, it's part of your magic trick." And he's like, "No, it's not. Let me just drink this water." And the speed in which he drank the water was pretty crazy, by the way. And then he just like spit the water. Like maybe we can find. Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, because here in my primary school, us boys, but we were just weird creatures anyway. You've never seen like a young kid down like so many liters of strawberry milkshake. when we were young, it was see how fast you can down something. So I feel like that skill I've proved with me triple jump, I could actually do a triple jump and exhaust 3.8 liters of water easy.
At the same time?
You know, no, what I'll do is it'd be like Mario Sunshine. I'll jump in the air and then, and that's it. I'm in. And then, do you know what, Purple and chat? I'll tell you the secrets.
He'll tell the secret. So
We're
you'll be
all,
like, there was one of the world's most famous magicians. So a lot of magicians,
and
I
do you know what
found
I'll
this
do?
out
Do you know
as
what I'll
well.
do, Purple, as a good gift to the charity? I'll be called Sorcerer Stadia and I'll resurrect it from the dead.
Sorcerer Stadia. That would be crazy if you did that.
With me hoodie.
That would be crazy if you
Me
would do that.
water bottle and me hoodie.
And you would be able to play Stadia anywhere on any screen. Like that would be such a magic because you would be like, for one, people didn't realize that you could do that with Stadia, so they'd be like, that's like crazy. But then the fact that you brought it back would that's where you actually take off.
Like an evil voice. Rise, rise.
That would be pretty cool.
That's how
No,
warlock sounds. You see, you never have a warlock that says a spell without no intent.
I told you, warlocks are. I don't even know how to spell the word warlock.
Who's the guy? Was it Vincent Price? That was it. Vincent, the guy that does the Thriller when he does the laugh.
The Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson does the voice at the end. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, I don't know.
He was
might
also
know that.
he
Or
was
Crow.
also in,
Crow
he was
knows stuff
also in
like that.
Scooby Doo the cartoon. Can't remember.
Oh,
his
he
name.
did. It's the same dude.
Yeah, same dude.
Ah, I'll have to see it. I'll have to see it. I'll have to see it. But speaking of, there was one magician. Magicians like to hold out their
He liked to hold out. Damn it.
no,
Like
they
the
like
hold
to. They no. Vincent Price. There you go. Thanks, Roster.
I said Vincent Price in there as well.
Yeah. That's who it was. You got it.
Yeah.
So, but they like to keep their secrets to themselves. There was one magician who didn't do this. Anytime he did a magic trick, he would tell the entire world how he did it, and so no one could copy him.
Do you ever see The Masked Magician?
Houdini. It was Houdini.
Really?
Houdini.
Did you ever see the TV show The Masked Magician?
Yes.
And he used to tell the secrets, and he used to say he's not liked in the magic. Well, how does a magician keep a secret if they've got a beautiful assistant next to them? How does this assistant know?
How does the assistant know? Is
Yeah,
this a trick question?
Well, you just said that they keep the secrets to themselves. So how does the assistant know, or does she just go along with everything and she just jumps in the box?
It's an act. They're an act.
So
unless they're real magicians, then it's real magic.
Okay.
It's like real magical powers.
Okay, chat. What is one thing that would impress you to say magic's real? You know what I mean? That you wouldn't prove it with science. So if I said with the wands, I'll make this feather Lesioso, and it made it float, you'd be like, Holtz, you're using magnets or something. Is there anything that you would see that you think that's definitely magic?
If I saw it in like real life?
Yes. So if I was sitting there outside NCU museum with just graduated and I said, Pep, I'm going to show you the magic trick, what would you sit there and say? Yeah, you definitely. What would impress? Without you saying, oh, that's ropes, that's mirrors.
See, I feel like there's so much stuff that's like really mad. Like I think the bar is really low for me. I feel like as soon as I see something, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like I say, it's I don't know. I think the bar is like really low. Nothing as I know how most of the tricks are done. Sorry. Oh, Jeff Janak, such a party pooper. Such a party pooper, Jeff. Yeah, he made me realize there are forces we know nothing about. Edward Casey. What? Obi Rose has just brought something up.
I don't want to know anymore because I used to try and solve the magic and see where I was getting distracted and stuff like that, leading. And I feel like I just spoiled the show where I've just sat there in a round of applause. It could have been real magic. I never knew. I'd rather just go with it.
No, so there's a magician Holtz, next time you come to New York, actually, everybody, next time we do something, we have to go to this. It's a magic show in New York. And he's called the Millionaire's Magician. So you can look him up.
How am I going to get a ticket, Purple?
No, it's just his thing. It's just his
Oh.
thing. And he does it in this fancy hotel. His whole show's in this fancy hotel, and he does no advertising for this, right? No advertising, but you can look him up. It's called The Millionaire Magician. And I've been to his show twice. Okay. The first time I was blown away. The second time I was even more blown away. And he does a trick. I have no idea how he does it. Like there's just, it's crazy. He has you, for the most part, think of your favorite drink, and then he has this tea kettle, and without even knowing what your favorite drink is, there's like no way for him to know. He pours it into a cup for you to drink. And so, like, I've essentially twice have thought of totally different drinks, and he's poured it in a cup.
Okay.
I have no idea how he does this.
Okay, right. So if it is magic, can you actually think of a fictional drink and he'll pour it? Like, say, I wanted Star Trek
The
Bloodline.
next time I go, I'm going to try this.
You know what I mean? So, for example, if I wanted something from Zelda, and I Tears the Kingdom, I went, you know what, just pour it, and I wonder what it would taste like. I wonder about. He wouldn't know it was from Zelda, and if the magic, it'll just give you you'll have a limited edition drink there, Purple.
I'm going to do this next time. Like, I love his show is crazy. He always does tricks I haven't seen. Well, the two times I've went.
Could you actually say to him, like, just get me a Diet Coke, but make it purple? I'm just wondering.
Maybe, but I'm saying, like, the two things I've seen him do, like, the first one was I wanted hot chocolate with marshmallows, and he did that. And the second one, I was like, all right, I'm going to give him something crazy. And so I asked him for a Hemingway daiquiri, and he poured it. I was like, that's crazy.
How did the marshmallows come out of the kettle? Or did he just add it on top?
No, it was like this. He poured it, like, it's like this kettle. He like pours it, and then he goes, wait. That's the thing that got me. That was the first time I went to him. The first time, and he goes, wait. This isn't it. And I was like, because I was already shocked that he had hot chocolate. Then he like tipped it a little bit more, and then like 6 marshmallows came out.
Wow.
I have no idea.
Is he English?
Is he English? No, he's like, what is, let me look at this guy's name. The millionaire, not millionaire matchmaker. Steve Cohen, Chamber Magic. Steve Cohen. It's crazy.
Because we were sitting there saying on the show before that I was on, that we said that Mary Poppins knows tricks like that. So I wonder if, like, he's English and that's an English magic. We just pull stuff out of thin air and put them in cups.
I don't know. I mean, it's great. He's a member of the Conjuring. I asked him. I was like, where are you? Do you know? He actually told me the official name of it. And he goes, yes. And I was like, really? And he's like, yes. And so I was like, what's in there? He's like, and he's very open about it, because I paid extra to stay after just to talk to him. And I said, that was great. And then he gave me like another magic trick. He didn't show anybody else.
Yeah, have you played at Assassin's Creed?
Which one? The new one?
Any Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
And they have brotherhoods and institutions from around the world. I wonder if there's, like, New York's not the only sanctum of magic of New York City. I wonder, like, there's other places around the world that has.
So I believe so. And I asked this dude, because I thought that was crazy what he did. He also didn't care too much for David Blaine. So that's after he said he didn't care too much for David Blaine, I started not caring too much for David Blaine.
Did he put the fault in your mind?
Yeah, it's like for now on, I was like, this dude doesn't care. I'm not gonna care too much.
He's like, Purple, when was the last time David Blaine gave you marshmallows and not chocolate? And you're like, and that's
exactly. He said, because he goes, there's no other magician that can do this. He's like, there's no other magician. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, there's no other magician. And he's right. There's like no other one who can do it. And so I asked him, I said, like, hey, do like all like the world, like, does all the magicians around the world, do you all like know each other? He's like, yeah, like once you've been around. And he's like been doing magic for like 40, 50 years. or how old he's been doing it for a while. And he goes like, yeah, we all kind of like all the really solid ones know each other. And I was like, do you like know other ones? Like, are there other magicians that you think are really solid? And he said, yeah. And he said they're like usually smaller ones you wouldn't think of, but there's like really solid magicians, like
Was
not the Las Vegas show type, but like really solid, like they
the
can do it
second
right in
drink
front of you.
the second
What's
drink
that?
you was the second drink that was made, was it alcoholic? Was
Yes.
it okay, so that's adding extra factor to it.
No. The thing was, that's what I'm telling you. Like, so the way he did it, and I don't want to ruin the show, but the way he does it, it's like, how the hell did you do that? Because it's like the same tea kettle, and it's like 6 different drinks he pours out of this kettle. And the second drink that I did was a mixed drink. It's not like, oh,
Yeah.
a Sprite.
Like
It was like a legit, it's a Hemingway daiquiri, which is actually like for one, just going to a bar in a decent bar and asking for a Hemingway daiquiri, they may not have everything you need.
Purple, did he make the drink faster than a bartender?
Yeah, because he just asked, like the way it works is he asks you to come up, and then he's like, you know, tell like the crowd, like he pours it, and you would think the people he asked to come up are part of the show, but I twice was asked to come up. And he poured this drink that I thought of that I didn't tell anybody around me what I said, and then he poured it.
It would be great if he actually remembered you from last time. He's like, and a hot chocolate, a Hemway daiquiri, and a hot chocolate marshmallow. Oh,
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, so Severin, welcome to the show. Severin, I know you would never be caught in New York City, but we're talking about, the show started off talking about the Library of Conjuring Arts, which is located in New York City. And then we somehow talked about like one of my favorite magicians of all time, who Jeff says he already knows how to do this trick. But this magician, his name is Steve Cohen, and he does these amazing tricks in front of you, and you have no idea. Like, it's just crazy. If you come to New York, I highly, highly advise
I
it.
wonder
It's something
if like
that you want to be advertising.
if all the magic is locked behind like a library card, how'd you learn these tricks? Like, was he naturally gifted, like turning drinks out of it? I mean, Jesus Christ and water to wine. So that,
Yeah, exactly right. You should
I
just
mean,
go to like somewhere.
there was physical water. I mean, that's a great party trick just right there. I wonder, like, he does it out of nothing in the kettle. So that's quite impressive as well.
Yeah, I don't know how he. Like I said,
Or maybe it's like a genie kettle. There's actually a genie inside.
It's actually cheating. That's the thing. I mean, it's crazy what he does. Like, you can look at, he gets like 4.9 stars out of 129. So that literally means everybody basically gives him 5 stars except for like one person.
There's like little people inside the kettle, bar staff kettle. They make it for you, like something like something like a Willy Wonka would do.
I guess. I mean, I learned a lot from the dude. He said, he goes, there's actually magic schools for kids that they like, that you can send your kid to, and through it, like, that the magicians start to see like talent within kids. It's like literally like wizardry stuff.
That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. That
Like they like start picking out who's the talented magicians, and then they start pairing those kids up with these more senior magicians.
People, that's how villains are made. That's how villains are made. If
I know, right?
If you were left and everyone else was progressing, and you were the poor kid that never got picked, you're like, I'll show them. I'll show them all.
I mean, hey Crow, what's going on? I'm just talking about magicians and magic and stuff. You know, as if it's like an everyday thing. But yeah, it's beyond repair, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's cool. All I got to do is say, like, go, if you're in New York City, go check. Or this, he does tours around the country. Go check him out. His name is, what did I call him? Steve Cohen, Cohen. And and I highly advise, if they give you the option to stay afterwards to talk to the guy, to just sit around and talk to him. He's like pretty cool dude. Um, and he has like his whole little act and everything. It's kind of cool to do that. But yes, and I do want to give Severin, y'all know, is Japanese, and part Japanese, and Japan was hit with an earthquake earlier this week. True story. When I was in the way back when in the army, our satellites actually picked up, because like I was air defense artillery, that which means we look at the sky and can see different things, missiles taking off and so forth. And during the Japan earthquake back in 2010, 2011, 2000.
12, wasn't it? The 9.2 one with the tsunami.
Yeah, that wasn't 12. It was before then, because I was already in Seattle by then. It was 2011. It was earlier. It was around that time. Early 2011.
It's one when the tsunami hit them as well. The nuclear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, Fukushima. Like we actually were somehow, like they our radar could pick up the radiation. It was weird. It was like a very cross like agency type of thing. So we were actually tasked with like monitoring that for a while.
That was 9.2, that one. And the one last week, well, New Year's Day, 7.6. And you think to yourself, and some parts of the country wasn't phased by it, but some were like, oh yeah, that's scary. And I'm like, even if the ground wobbled a little bit, I'll be scared. I'll be like, oof, I couldn't be on like them ley lines of around the world.
No, I mean, Roosevelt Island, actually, where I still am paying on my lease, actually had an earthquake here in New York earlier this week as well. So earthquakes, yeah. If you look up Roosevelt Island earthquake happened earlier this week.
Well, the city down the road from mine, we had a tornado. First, I never heard the UK have a tornado. But it was like down the city from ours, we had a tornado.
It's happening. Tornadoes in the UK. Now you can get me with elves and dragons and warlocks, but a tornado, you're making that one up, Holt.
It threw Mary Poppins off for the holidays. She went somewhere else.
Oh my goodness! You know, I actually don't I need to watch Mary Poppins again, because I actually don't recall.
Oh,
she just like floats away, right?
I love Mary Poppins 1 and 2. We were talking about umbrellas, and like, have you seen Blade Runner?
Blade, yes, I've seen both the old one and the new.
I was saying to chat, I was saying to Miss Phoenix and Rouse and stuff, I would actually love a umbrella that had the LED lights, the aesthetics of the LED lights. I've always wanted them since a child. And as we joked around about umbrellas, Mary Poppins came in, and then I was just creating this talk screen umbrella, and it's coming out in CS in 2024 when I actually design it. But this umbrella's going to have everything. So
you should do it.
I joked around and I called myself Holtzy Poppins, and they went, "That's going to stick." I was like, "Fair dues, Holtzy Poppins." How about that?
Yeah, Severin, I know you're born in Canada, but you've told us many times that your father is German and your mother is Japanese. So that would make you part Japanese. Do you not tell us that you're part Japanese, Severin?
Well, see, I don't understand the maths behind it, because a lot of people sit there and say, I'm quarter Irish, but you can't be quarter Irish if you it dilutes, doesn't it, past a certain percentage. So your parents could be.
This is what he told us.
So
he told us that.
So say you had a Japanese mother and and then you're born in America, you have to factor in the American. I mean, if you go genetically, you're half, but that's not how it works when we explain it in the Western world. So you'll be American with this to this. Yeah.
Wait, you're saying that? Okay. So
you have to realize that genetics, just because your mum and dad is from a place, they could be genetically from somewhere else but lived in that country, but you just took the citizenship of that name. So you say, oh, I'm half Japanese, I'm half German, but genetically you're not. You could be from anywhere, but you just lived in that place. So he's a Canadian.
He's I love how we're talking about Severin. Yeah. Wait, so Severin claims to be he's Canadian who lives in Atlanta, by the way, right? So I guess he's Georgian at the moment, right? But he's described himself because he describes his kids, right? His wife is Puerto Rican. And so he's often said his twins because he said, well, they have Japanese, German, and Puerto Rican in them.
Yeah,
So it
but I
makes
wouldn't.
sense. So I would think he identifies.
But I don't think it works like 100%, then you half it, then quarter it, and an eighth. It dilutes quite a lot. So when people go, I'm quarter Irish. Or what Americans say, and they're like, how can you be quarter Irish? You're not quarter. That's not how it works. There's mathematics to it that makes you a certain thing.
See, this is the thing. Like, I get what y'all are saying. I'm not just you're free to identify however you want to identify. I say that all the time on this channel, right?
So what was
Free
I
to
saying?
identify however you want to identify.
My nan is Irish, who had a daughter who's half, but you could say half Irish, so that makes me quarter Irish. But then no, because she was half English and my dad's full English, it dilutes the percentage that I am not a quarter Irish. I am more of a, 1/16th Irish, and then I think that's how it works.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's three different things here, right? There's the idea where your parents are and how they identified as, and then you just take like the fraction of that. There's that idea, right? There's the idea of like where you grew up actually determines what your which I think is different, right? We're talking like ethnicities and we're talking
Look,
like
in the West world,
nationalities.
our citizenship is based where you were born. So if you were born in America, that's gonna you're based at. Where in a lot of Eastern countries, it's your bloodline. So, for example,
Yeah. So I think like no, I'm not disappointed, Sarah. I'm just trying to understand it. I think like you're right. There's nationalities, there's ethnicities, and then there's how people just identify, period. And I think and so for me, I thought Severin, like from a racial perspective, an ethnic perspective, the way he's presented himself in the past has always been half Japanese, half German.
I love them TV shows. Have you seen them TV shows where like they do a genetic test from where they're from, and you could have people that are got from different ethnic backgrounds, and then the person could be more ethnically classed than another person, but have a different pigmentation of skin. So, for example, I could go on that show and I'll look white, Caucasian, and then I could have like 42%, I don't know, American black, for example. And someone else could have 36%, but have a darker pigment. And I'll be like, well, technically speaking, my genetics. And I love the way they argue on the show. No, that's wrong. But if it comes up to a higher number that they're proud of, they totally stick to the number. But they find out that they're from places from around the world that they've never heard of or they don't know. And it's very hard for them to understand that their genes up to 100% are made up from everywhere. There's no true 100%
Yeah,
ethnic.
no, I totally hear you. That's why I say however you want to identify is how you can identify. Like that's why ultimately I default to like that however you want. So Severin wants to be known as Canadian. I will always say Severin is Canadian. That's how he wants to be identified. That's how it goes.
That's it. There you go. Okay.
That's what he said. In the stage where yes, but I'm not from here. So yeah, you're Canadian, Severin. I got you. So that's how it is. No way for me to question. Weird conversation today. We started with our favorite games of
I mean,
2024. We went to magicians, and now we're talking about.
I would love to have a genetic test and actually see where my heritage comes from. But I think you're gonna get like that when you get older, aren't you? I mean, I'm not inquisitive at the moment. Well, I am considering it, but I wouldn't sit there and go and pay money for it.
No, for a genetics test. Well, you don't. I mean, I think there's a point to where I actually have something on ancestry.com, but it changes.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point. When you get older, you sort of want to track your history, your
Could
family, and
get dangerous because there's family secrets that are family secrets for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say that.
No, that's it.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
There you go. That damn ancestry.com blowing up secrets.
No, it was really I think I said this on one of my streams one time. But so I had it there and it was kind of cool, you know, try to track it was actually more interesting for me to there's certain like they'll show you like birth certificates and things from way back when. So that was more cool to me than anything. Um but we started getting I started getting messages from people because it does show your DNA there. And I started getting messages from people who are like my second cousin. Now, your first cousins, you know who they are. Your
Yeah.
second cousins, you usually can map to your first cousins, right? Like you kind of can be like, okay, this is where you are. So when you get to like your third and fourth cousin, like that's kind of where I think it gets a little bit confusing. But there were second cousins who were reaching out, and it tells you like, hey, this person is linked to you by so many pair, I forget what they call it. And in we came to find out that there are like a whole clan of people related to Purple who the family knew nothing about. And I'm going to leave it at that.
But isn't it weird that you can actually track a secret of a family of ancestry.com, but if you couldn't check how to spell from the York Library, it's like it's weird, isn't it? It's like one of you said, like, well, I found out my second cousin was
Oh,
part
you
of this
brought that
group,
full circle.
you know, and then you just think to yourself, why can't I be part of it? And I don't know. You can track what.
No, I yeah, you're right. It's interesting. We found out family secrets that were that were brought from the dead somehow. But we can't check out a book from the Conjuring Arts Library because I mean you could, but you got to do a magic trick. You got to do something that they haven't seen.
I mean, after centuries, you've probably seen it all, haven't they?
I mean, obviously to still get in, you have to do a magic trick that they haven't seen.
I bet when it's like, yeah.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
I can always go. I can always blind audition them and then do the magic trick. That could be like a twist in the words, couldn't it? Yeah, you're all blindfolded. There's the trick. You didn't see it. I mean,
Haven't seen it.
oh yeah,
Little play on words.
you blindfold them. It's a blind audition, and you just say to them, "You never seen it, did you?"
I don't know how it works. I don't know how the membership works. I just have talked to people and they're very secretive about it. I know someone who's tried to go there, who's actually pretty good at magic tricks, but he can't. He has not yet made it to the club. I'll say it like that. So, but Rudix is here, and Rudix, guess what I have? I already showed chat in Holtz, but I want to show you because I think you would have appreciation for this as well. Maybe not Severin, but Rudix for sure. Look what Rudix. Look what I got. This is the clear controller that they only gave to the Stadia launch team. I got my hands on this little magic trick. So keeping Stadia alive, as Cherry Man said. Doing my.
I think what you've done is now you see it, now you don't, quickly run. You know, yeah, that was the magic trick.
Some people would say I was part of the Stadia launch team. I wouldn't. I would have showed you all that earlier if I was. This is my third, fourth, or sixth cousin, once or twice removed. Oh, y'all are talking about. I don't know how the cousins thing works, to be honest. It's very confusing to me. So the way Ancestry talks about it is it's based upon pairs. So your fourth cousin actually could be like your great aunt or your great niece or your fourth. Like they do it that way. They can't quite tell where it is, but they do talk about third, fourth cousin, and then I'm not sure if I've ever seen sixth cousin. I think it says third, fourth, or more. Kind of interesting, but yeah, that's my thing on ancestry.com.
If you weren't a member of the 100 people, I'll be really interested. Like, did someone get laid off and just said, "Okay, here's a controller," and Purple was searching the criteria on Temu or something, and she got it.
Maybe that's what I actually think happened. It has to be someone I think who potentially got laid off and they just wanted to move
Yeah,
past Google and Stadia. And I could understand if you worked on it that you would have like you're just like I want to go do you're a game dev and you're just wanting to go do like move on to the next chapter. But for me, I didn't work on it. It's something I really enjoyed as a product. So that's how I kind of justified the purchase.
the person was upset when he dropped it off to Purple. He's like, "Purple, this is the most transparent stage you actually got." And he walked off crying. Just
That's
like,
transparent. They never were.
"Oh."
Oh my goodness, that's funny. That's quick and that's funny.
You should actually put that on a little plaque. You should put it on a plaque. Put it on your TikTok and just say, "This is the most transparent stage you got."
Yeah, no, it is. Severin, what game are you looking for? We haven't actually asked you that question. What game are you looking forward to, Severin?
I was sick or tired of America and Canada with the way they get marketing it over here. I wanted the transparent Steam Deck, and they only done it in that region. And I can understand you got a bigger demographic and stuff like that, but I was like, come on, you could have given us some transparent Steam Decks.
No, oh, that's but you can still order it, can't you? Or is it
No,
like
we don't have
locked?
we don't have the limited edition. So like usually when I bought like limited edition Switch controllers, I bought limited edition Scorpion and the PlayStation 5 Pro. I bought all them and stuff like that in the past, and I just always wanted a transparent handheld, and they only just done it. And if I wanted it myself, I have to buy a case and do it myself. But part of me was like, if it just came in the box, I would have been happy with a transparent Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. Ah, so it's the handheld PC market. Cherry
Yeah,
Man was
so
earlier.
OLED, what on 1 terabyte OLED, they done a transparent one.
1 terabyte OLED Steam Deck.
Mm. So mine's only just the basic color, and I would just love to see inside the parts and stuff like that. I always like that.
To look inside. No, I can my PC is transparent as I'm looking at it right now. It's
Is it transparent or has it just got a glass window? There's two different.
it has a glass window.
It is the same, like, but it's
It
not,
has a glass case. It has a glass case, so I guess it's not fully transparent.
yeah, it's not fully transparent. I was like, maybe she's just got a window and she just.
Okay, let's see. This is what Severin says. Top games from Severin. My top games I'm looking forward to this year are Paper Mario, that you have been talking about
Yes,
that.
1,000 years old.
We have not heard that too much either, but you're right. Paper Mario is coming out. Nintendo holding him down with the first parties. Also, hear Tale from Friends and Places. A new Banjo Kazooie game is coming. If you
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie, I actually saw Severin. Weren't you telling me about your N64 game? Something for Day. I can never think of the game you always tell me is really great on N64 that you liked. I actually saw someone selling that game for like $3,000 on eBay.
Was it Remedy? Was it
No,
Remedy who's on
no,
Banjo?
he likes this other one. It's like Bonkers Fur Day or something. I can never.
Conker's
Conker's Bad
Conker's
Fur
Bad
Day.
Fur Day.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
With Banjo Kazooie, he's on a spiritual spin off in the ukulele. That was a good one as well. The gecko and
Banjo
the
Kazooie. That would be an interesting. I
one.
mean,
So we have a bird and a bird and a bear. Ukulele, especially the Impossible Layer and stuff like it's a fruit bat with a gecko, and that was sort of like the spiritual successor of Banjo Kazooie.
who owns the rights to Banjo Kazooie?
I think it's the Microsoft that owns it.
Well, Rare was the developer,
Like
but very Rare was
Rare-
the developer, but very rarely does the developer maintain the rights.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Microsoft. Last time I heard, and they're going back into the back, and they want to keep something true to the fans, but then they want to bring a new mechanic to it. And it's supposedly it's in like development, cancelled, was rescheduled, removed. But these are all rumors.
I don't know.
But to me, this goes back to like when you just mentioned Conker's Bad Fur Day, you mentioned Banjo Kazooie. I used to love all the action platformers games. I mean, I used to come back from like Pandemonium or Ratchet.
Rare owns
Before there was Jack and Dexter stuff like. I used to love mascot action adventure games. I used to love them. And we all know Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that.
just seeing this.
You think ukulele on the Stadia?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Ukulele on Stadia?
I'm pretty sure. Wasn't the Impossible Layer on Stadia.
Which one?
The Impossible Layer.
The Impossible Layer wasn't on Stadia.
I'm pretty sure I've bought it a few times on.
Don't know. But I'm looking at this Rare thing. They're saying it's owned by Rare.
And then didn't Microsoft buy Rare?
Xbox Game Studios, yeah, they have it. There you go.
So by default, it's Microsoft Xbox.
By default, yeah, that's who owns the franchise now.
So they're sitting there saying that they've been pushing the idea of bringing it out, but they want to stay true, supposedly, but with a new mechanic twist. Like, so they don't want to rush a game. They're trying to say not like a cash grab, but Banjo-Kazooie was really good.
It'd be interesting if they went to it, and it'd be interesting if they are releasing it, seeing how Microsoft loves to broadcast their punches years in advance. And so I think if that were the case, if they were to do that, I would give Microsoft credit, because that's one of my biggest criticisms. I don't like to hear about games 5 years in advance.
What I like to do, what I like developers to do and services to do, and this is what happened with Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that with Disney, is if you say to the fans, if you watch movie A or game A and you show your support, then we'll show you support by creating something that we might know won't sell as many millions of copies as we want, but we'll be true to the fans as well. So I feel like maybe if it's another Rare game and say that's more popular or whatever, and say you have this and we'll create with the extra assets, with the extra cash, we'll make this for you.
I feel like in an altruistic world that would happen. I don't think that's what would happen.
I think in the movie they said, like, what I remember, they said, if you support X-Men Days of Future Past, we'll give you Deadpool. And then he brought Deadpool, and he said, if you do this, we'll support. And a lot of studios sit there and say, because sometimes it's too risky, but we know there's fans that love it. So I think that's what Banjo-Kazooie is. If Microsoft Studios and Rare say, if you support us on this, we'll put the extra assets and money into doing a fan favorite.
We would see. I don't see that. I would believe that if it was an independent studio and a publisher, but it's not. I don't see it. But here's to hoping.
There you go.
The Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon Roots, the guys from ABK that made those, are owned by Merge now, which makes sense to me for them to build those IP. See, I just don't think Microsoft. There's this rumor Microsoft's going to build this IP. I don't see it. I think you're going to see in the next 12 to 16 months, you're going to see quite a bit of layoffs coming out of Xbox. Not because it's doing bad, but that's what happens after consolidation. I mean, I just don't see this IP coming up.
I've always loved Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, but I can't see them. I mean, if I wanted a game from my Xbox, it'd be Soul Reaper and Guitar Hero. I'd love to get another plastic guitar and play that.
So. Yeah, Severin, I get what you're saying, but I don't. But here's where we're different. I don't trust executives. I just don't. Like they're paid to give you hope, whether you're an investor or whether they're paid to give you hope.
The executives are there to make money, aren't they? They're going to make money for the investors, the business.
Yeah.
They're not gamers at heart. I bet if there's one game that comes and goes, oh no, I want Banjo, shut up you. Unless you show me money, how much it's going to project, and
that's what like he could say whatever he wants to say to gamers, but that unless you're in the investor call, like.
And I also feel bad because I've seen development teams and I've actually seen a lot of people who create content and listen to the fans on forums, and the fans go, if you make another season of this, we'll definitely support and we'll buy the game or the DVD, and they make it, and then the fans are like, ta-da. And they go, and so in the end, I think if they want it, I feel they have to put like a deposit or like a GoFundMe to do it.
There has to be a huge outcry for it. I think if the marketing people said, oh, there's like this huge push to have this game, so be it. But I think what we're seeing, perfect example of a game company that recently brought back a fan favorite that everybody was like, "Oh, we really want that." Nintendo with F-Zero, right? Nintendo came out with this retro F-Zero, remade it so it could be played on the Switch. If you go into those lobbies, you'll be lucky to find like 3 or 4 other people. I think gaming's just a little like I don't know if they would make the risk there. I'm not
And
saying they're
there's
not
loads
going to,
and there's
but
loads of risks. I'm not saying piracy, but as a main thing. But there's a lot of risks that if they develop it, they might not get the full money off the fan. The fan might download it, rent it. Um,
there's a lot.
it would
Yeah.
have to probably be like a digital only game. And I know a lot of people go, "Oh, I want the physical," but if they push the idea of pushing it digital first, maybe on Xbox, and then if the fan support it, then brings a limited edition physical out. Yes, I think that'll be true to fans, but there's got to be some way that they make the money first and then support the game.
I totally hear. I agree, Olds. I think like I don't know. I think where ABK deal is very to me it's very obvious where they're going to the investment.
Speaking
They're
about
going to try
piracy,
to get that back.
have you seen the thing about Nintendo the last week?
What thing about Nintendo?
The piracy card called, have you heard it? Mig something.
The
Mig.
Paris? What?
Someone's actually sort of broke open like the sort of the switch with the cartridge that supposedly you can't re-engineer to detect it on the Switch. There's people in favor for it from like the sort of backing up games, and there's a lot of people against the idea of it. And
Oh, I
Nintendo's
do
trying to
think I
sort
remember this. I
is
do
trying to
think I.
close it down. Where I'm the idea of supporting Nintendo and the developers, and I'll say, if you bring it to a service like the um, Nintendo eShop or the NSO Nintendo Switch Online, I'll support your back catalog. But then there's people out there that will say, well, I'll support this device and I'll, you know, get backwards compatible that way. So I feel like I think that's where developers and manufacturers are. Would they want to make a game if people are going to do that anyway? So they might as well say,
Mm,
well, you make your own game, like the person who made that Zelda game. You do it, and then we'll just close it down.
yeah, I don't know. I'm
And
a big proponent of
that's where
IP.
with
So
gamers, that's where some of us get as a whole, we're all fickle. I understand there'll be people out there that will really support Rare and they'll definitely support the platform and the developers. And there's people out there that go, when I get my chance, I'm going to take that and it's going to hurt them. So I feel that's where the executives have to think really hard how to invest their money in gaming platforms.
yeah, I think gaming's an interesting space right now. You know, I think if you're a winner in gaming right now, you're going to probably continue to win, and if you're a loser, you're going to lose faster than not. But I don't know, Tony. Like I said, I'm just focused on certain games. There's at least 10 of them I'm looking for. Another game I'm really looking forward to, Holtz. I haven't talked a lot about, but I'm really looking forward to it. Arc Raiders. Really looking forward to that game.
No.
It's from Embark Studios. They're the same people who did the finals, the game that just launched, I think.
I've seen that everywhere, the finals, and to me, it's just not on something that I can really sink my teeth in, but I've seen it on like
I think if you're a shooter, like if you like shooting games, it's free to play. It reminds me of like a casino. There's like a lot of stuff. Like you don't hear me ever talking about first person shooters unless it's Rainbow Six Siege. And so yeah, if you're into that, it's cool.
I'll ask you the question that I asked Cowboy last week. Do you think in 2024 you can get genre fatigue? Because I was mentioning like Rise of the Ronin, Hellblade 2, the Phantom Blade Zero, Stellar Blade, and Black Myth, Wutong, and stuff like. And and Final Fantasy, and that's got actions. And I was mentioning all these games that have got the mechanic of slashing, and I thought to myself, oh, if I have to be very careful, I'm going to burn myself. I love hack and slashes and action RPGs, but I thought to myself, I'm going to burn myself out. So I feel like I have to plan effectively not to be genre fatigued this year. So I wonder, do people in chat or yourself feel like that you have to do exactly the same with your upcoming games?
Yeah, so I think with me, I think burnout's a real thing for anything, and I think I know I have to pace myself. So I don't know if I would get genre fatigue as much as gaming fatigue. So there are certain times where I go weeks without playing a game. Not because it's like nothing to play, it's just I'm tired of playing. Or and so I don't know if I would get genre fatigue, like I said that, but I do get it's like it's a certain feeling I get that I know it's like okay, it's time for me to like go do something else. Which fortunately for me, I have a lot of interest. Right, I like sports. I like there's a lot of movies. The one of my favorite TV shows, True Detectives, is about to launch. There's a couple of books I like to read. Like there's a lot of stuff I can do.
Yeah, I can't do stuff. I applaud people who love the hobbies that you've named that, but I can't do them all at once. I have to pick one and lead with it. So it's either gaming or read a book or do that. I
Yeah, I
can't.
can't do it all at the same time. But that's what I'm saying. Like there are times where I will then say, okay, like this week right now is no longer like I've been reading a book right now. Um it's about clocks because I like watches and I like clocks and stuff. So like that's what I've been kind of busy with recently. But I'm gearing up for Prince of Persia. So I think it's like I take a break before I jump into another game.
I was trying to be smart, putting a watch joke there with gears in, but it never came to me. I was trying to think of what the gears are called on a watch. The I was trying to think of something witty, because like Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, a watch, gears. I was gonna, it just didn't go.
Couldn't get it. No, no,
I just
no,
couldn't connect. I just there was no rich. I don't know. There was nothing to connect the joke together. I was like, oh,
no. Well, if y'all want to know what the book I'm reading, it's actually got a pretty cool. It's pretty cool if you're into nerdy stuff like it. But the title of the book is called Longitude: The True Story uh, of a Lone Genius Who Solved the Greatest Scientific Problem of His Time. Pretty cool book. So that's it's Longitude is the name of the book. Hey, Simpleton, what's going on?
so who was it? Who was the greatest? Is it
Uh,
what?
I
What's
don't want
that?
to ruin the book, but
What,
it has to do with like clocks and stuff and what he created. And it's actually if you think about what he was tasked with, um, it's pretty crazy. It's a short book, so if you want to read it, it's a really short book. It, you
how
probably
short? How short? Short.
like you could probably read the book in maybe 3 hours.
I say I'm a very slow reader, right? And my friend, her name's I.
You can listen to it. You can listen to it. I'm
Right?
sure Holtz, you can go to your library and check it out. Audio wise. Audio.
You should see the size of these books that she reads right through, and I'm like, and like I said, I'm a gamer. I can understand where I binge watch TV shows. I understand where my time goes over other people. When someone shows me this like 600-700 page book, and I'm like, that's not like
No, it's
reading.
not. It's not that long of a book. It's like a short one. It has to, but it has to do with clock. So basically,
Is it
the
is is, is, is it is it the kid's novel? What time's it, Mr. Wolf?
no, it's not. It's not. Like I can tell you like the premise of what's happening. So like if you think about a clock, right? We
Yeah.
kind of take for granted this idea of like time and about like time zones and how to keep track of time. And so if you think about position on a map, like where you are on a map, there's longitude and then there's latitude. And
But
so this dude had to like figure out a
do,
clock
do,
that could
do,
do.
does the book mention why they actually choose Greenwich Mean Time as the center of why Britain's center of the
Yes,
map?
yes, it
Okay.
actually does. It's actually a big point.
Okay. So that's why the whole point, and then it
No,
train
no quiz, Sanchez.
train times and stuff like that adds to with the Industrial Revolution. Okay, I'm starting to piece it together.
Yeah,
The gears in my head are. I'm,
you're
I'm,
sorry.
think- I'm thinking of school here now. I'm like, look, you made me think now, purple.
Yeah, so he had to like he had to like figure this out and obviously like I like history, I like time, and if you like history and time, you know that a lot of our greatest inventions as it pertains to watches actually parallel military
They, were-
strategy. So this has all of that in it.
they were gonna put it in Paris. I think they're gonna put it in somewhere in France first, and then he'd realised because like the Britain had trains, we had locomotives, and the idea of like this Britain had the idea of like naval ships and stuff like that. That's why they decided to focus on that point first. Well, that's what the scientists say about it, if I can remember correct.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, so the reason why is you if you read the book, it kind of
So that's why when people go, what I joke around and say Britain's the centre of the earth because we're on the centre of the map because of 000 of the Industrial Revolution. And they go, no, no. And I go, yeah. And there was a time and place where everyone was on the centre of the map. But thanks to this. Yeah. So longitude, yeah, I get it.
longitude. It's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little. Um, like I said, if you when he had to like put this together, we take it for granted now, but what he created at the time, it's just was
I
literally
realise
like.
back then we didn't have no centre time, did we? We had the sunrises, sunsets, I guess the best.
Well,
If we,
exactly. That's latitude. So you actually can determine time, right? If you understand where the sun is and where, like, if it's directly over you, that's noon, right? Like you can do that. But
so all I work out is east from me is going forward, west of me is going backwards in time. That in time zones. That's how I just work it out.
west of you is going forward.
Sorry, east of me, yeah, east is going forward, west is going back.
No, west of you is
Then
going forward.
with it, no, because east
Wait,
is
I see. Okay, you're saying it like that. You're saying like if you want to jump ahead in time, you would go east.
yeah. So I work off Greenwich Mean Time GMT. So you will be
Yeah,
-5.
I see. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I hear what you're
yeah.
saying. I got what you're saying.
In the time going from and then east will be plus. But
I got you. I got you.
I don't
I
think a
got
lot
you.
of
Well,
people.
if
Yeah,
you want to, if you
but
want to experience
so,
time, and go read
don't,
the book called.
don't you have PST and EST and you use a different system?
No, no, I hear you. You're right, Severin. You're right. All right. I got. I was doing. It. And if you like H.P. Lovecraft, Severin, you should play Dredge. That game is kind of Lovecraftian indie game. Um,
You make me
yeah,
think. I know. I'm thinking wasn't Lovecraft a scientist that wrote novels as well?
yeah, that's what Severin's saying. He likes Lovecraft.
Yeah, but what was the scientist's name that Lovecraft was based on? Wasn't an actual scientist who wrote Lovecraft?
Was there a scientist who wrote Lovecraft? No, I mean, it's not H.G. Wells. You're not saying it.
Didn't he, I think it was H.G. Wells. Didn't he use Lovecraft as like a secret name? Or was
H.G. Wells.
I'm not sure.
No.
I think I've seen it somewhere. I don't know. But my brain's just jumbles. It's just you got me on.
I
You
know
got
H.G.
me.
Wells is super cool. I don't know. Wait. Is H.G. Wells Lovecraft? No. No, wait.
Just,
Yeah. No.
okay, I thought there was a scientist that used Lovecraft as a.
No. No, I don't think so. But I don't know Lovecraft that well.
And then people, I'm sure people in chat will say if they like Lovecraft.
I don't know, Chris. Seems like a Crow question. Crow's always good with this type of stuff. Or Severin. That's his person. But no. Well, either way, that's the book I'm reading, y'all. If you want to talk about books.
I wish I can read books, but there's just a mental block. I think
You should download it then. So here's the cool thing about libraries. If your library has video games holds, you can actually get the audiobook from your library.
I was the most snidey. I couldn't do it with
You
books.
download it to your phone.
I can do it electronically. These people used to like get the books off the library, of course, and you had to read the whole book start to finish. But when I was doing computer science, I used to just allegedly download them off the internet, and then I used to press Control F and find the keywords that I needed to find the book, and then I just read that chapter. That's how I passed tests. And these people used to be burnt out because you used to read this whole book, and a lot of it was blah blah de blah de blah. And I was like, didn't you just use the back of the index, or didn't you just find keywords to find and then read that part? So that's how my brain's still wired. I can't
It's
stand the
very
introductions. I just like going to the part I want to focus on and read it.
so that's what no, I agree with you. School does that to you where you're trying to like hone in on what's most important. That's why, like I said, I actually like it has to be a short something. It has to be something I'm interested in. So I'm interested in the clocks
Do you know,
and
Pepper, I went to a school, right, where they could teach you something, and on test day, it was everything but what they taught. So you sat down on the paper going, "Oh, what the hell's this?"
sounds
So I
like a
feel like
magician.
so I feel like yeah, I feel like you have to focus on your talents and your subjects to actually.
I hate your, but you have to find something you like. No, you're right. Like I said, it's not, y'all don't hear me talking about books all the time. I'm just saying, like, it, and the lead up to Prince of Persia, the first half of this year has several games I'm really looking forward to.
But
Prince of Persia is just supposed to be the first one that
this
I'm
game's got
reading
nothing to
this
do with
book.
Sands of Time, has it?
What's that?
This one hasn't got nothing to do with Sands of Time.
No, it has nothing to do with Sands of Time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Uh,
it's a different. I think it's a different character as well, isn't it? Prince of
for
Persia.
what?
It's not the prince, is it?
The Prince of, no, it is the Prince. The
Is
game?
it? Is it the actual? No, I think it's a prince, isn't it? It's not the prince from Prince of Persia.
Oh, I don't know. I just know I think it looked like something I want to play.
I'm not sure it is the actual prince from Sands of Times. I think it's focused on a different. I'm not sure. I've seen it, and I don't think it's like the same prince. People can actually put me because there's timepieces to Persia, isn't it? So I feel like it's. 'Cause I think this is something that's set in a mountain region of something. Did it work? Has purple froze? No, no, no. I think someone needs to actually wine purple. Let's get a glass of your chat set. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a different character of the prince. Am I actually speaking to myself, or is purple just like crashed? Does he need to like someone needs to turn the cog? No, let's actually get my phone. Actually, see. No, I think it's purple. I can actually see myself changing on screen. I wonder about it. I have to kick myself out.
Holtz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I was like, what's happened here?
I don't know. My entire power went off.
Purple was so funny because you froze on like this weird thing, and because we were talking about clocks, I was like, someone needs to wind it up. No, the owl dolls. You're like, I just put my glasses on. I was like, wait there, what's happening here?
I don't know, but I'm getting like these error messages. Like, so I'm not on my PC now. Like my PC,
Oh, this is weird seeing me on the left and you on the right. Welcome to the interview, Purple. Why would you been gaming in 2024?
I don't feel like it. I don't know I don't know what's gonna go on. I have to, um, I don't know. My PC just turned off. I
So
don't know.
we just seen in chat, and someone just said exactly the same. I don't know what it was, but if you scroll down, they said that they think it's another prince as well. It's not the prince from the original games.
Oh, wow. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to. Okay, okay. I have everything I need, I think. There we go. There you go. All right, everything's working. Not your humbug. It's I don't know, y'all. It's more purple now. I is it? I don't know what's going on.
But the weird thing is, purple, at least it's fixed the sound on your headphones.
Did it?
Mhm.
So I'm not on my PC.
But you're still using
Um
headphones, aren't you?
I switched it because my entire PC just stopped. Like everything. That's why one of these soft lights are not on. I don't know what happened.
That's what you get from ethically calling it transparent, and it's got a window.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a fuse. Once again, so this is what I told y'all what I got for Christmas was a gas leak. It had my power and my gas shut off. What I've gotten for New Year's is a power situation.
So now you need an electrician and a plumber.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like that's what's gonna happen. I don't know what happened.
Well,
Brett,
you need to unplug that toaster you got.
oh the what did we say? The Xbox toaster?
Yeah.
Who was talking about that, Sanchez?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Maybe that's what's causing the power outage.
Well, oh my God, Severin, Persians can be black. Oh my goodness, Severin. You out of everyone. You out of everyone, Severin. We were just going through this.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind the character. It's a game. I don't mind.
But I think there could be black Persians. I think
I
this
mean,
is
no, see, it's just not going to unlock anything like that. I just love the idea when you play a game and it says, especially Assassin's Creed Ubisoft, it says this character and characters and stories is not based on any they're fictional. They're not based on any historical reference, and I feel like that's where you can change the gender, ideas, ethnic backgrounds of any character because it's a work of fiction. If it
well,
said this, if it said, for example, this is a historical representation of a timepiece, and then you try to change history, then that's when you go, no.
yeah. Well, I would say what, trick question, don't look it up. But which country is actually Persia right now?
Turkey?
Could be. That wasn't the heart of it, but it was part of it.
I mean, I was sitting there going Istanbul, Turkey, that way, that kind of way. That's straight in my mind. That's where I was coming from.
Well, there's one group of people today that will say that they are the true Persians. There's one country particularly that would say that they're the true Persians.
Okay, so the Persians went to war with like the
Oh.
Spartans, so it would be in between, somewhere between. Brains went dead.
No, I think 7 your first guess was right. Iran. Iran
So,
considers themselves Persians. If you like graphic novels, I suggest Persepolis. Talks about it a little bit. But if you don't want to read the history of Iran, but Iran was Persia. And if you think about the Great Persian Empire and how far that actually stretched, that's where you will find that you have Black Persians.
I mean, there was so many great empires, wasn't there? There was vast Roman, Mongolian,
Yeah,
Persian,
Persian was a great one. Aztec,
Aztec,
Mayan, um,
the biggest,
Zulu, Egyptian.
Great Britain.
Yeah, there's a lot of been great empires that have come and gone.
So to me, like I don't mind. I don't really over focus on characters when I play a game. That is one of the least things I actually care about. True representation or something. I'm just like play a game. That's it. I ran with it. But
Yeah, no,
I knew it was a different prince. So in
no,
the end, I'm not putting like uh, in my mind. I'm sitting there thinking, why hasn't he got the Sands of Times? Is it before? Is it after? I don't want that in this game. I just know it's a different set timepiece to the Prince of Persia, Sands of Time.
yeah.
So I got that out of my mind, so I'm not gonna compare it to the original trilogy. I'm just gonna see it as a
I'm
different.
just looking forward to it. I didn't actually play the original that much. I just know when I saw it, it was side scroller. I'm kind of into a side scroller type of moment right
See,
now.
this game is a
So,
Metrovania style game, and I wanna play it. As I mentioned this before, I wanna play this game, but it can't punish me payable. It's got 3 hearts, and I'm not very good at blocking and parrying, but I'm very good at vaulting and sidestepping, which the prince does. So if I can slide underneath of his legs and stab him in the back and falls over the shoulder, that's my mechanic, and do a roll and dodge. I don't think I'll be losing stone hearts, but if I get a killable hit, one hit kill, and I just get it, that game's just getting deleted straight off. And I
No,
feel like there's achievements there for people who like hard mode, by all means, but please do not make it a sole
I
rogue
don't see
one.
it's Ubisoft. I don't see Ubisoft doing that, right? Like, you gotta think.
So I want a mode where if I fall, just take me back to the point where I fell, and I'll try again. And if I fall, do it again until practice makes perfect. Where I know the mechanics, but you definitely can't be giving me like a Souls type game where you send me back to the map 2 hours ago, because I'll be like, this game is going to be a fun game for me, but it can't be uh, too extreme, should I say?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Well, hold I think I mean, we're getting late. I wasn't gonna stream for 2 hours, but we'll shut it down here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Uh,
I, I,
just for
I, I was going to play Persona, and he came on to say big shout out to Legend 350 and, and the metaphor Tanzo, and it just got swept away.
Oh my goodness. Well,
How's that for time management?
no, you're hey, I'm glad you did. We gotta talk a lot about stuff. Like I said, I'm looking forward to Prince of Persia. I think I gave that out earlier last month. Um, and then Arc Raiders, I'm excited about, and Little Nightmares 3, I'm excited about. I'm excited about the Little Nightmares 1 remake, or not remake, remaster.
Well,
And
I love your take of games. I was giving you a big shout out with Bramble and stuff like that. You play games that aesthetically I don't play, but I love tuning into your show to
oh,
watch. Because part of me is like, it makes me go, ooh. I mean, I know Little Nightmares, but I'm not really like, I love Bandai Namco and stuff like that, and I do play them, but I'm not really like that horror esque aesthetic.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I always love watching other people play their likes of games, and I hope like vice versa and stuff like that. And that's what I like
so
about.
maybe I'll play some. So I was gonna do House of Ashes as it's a super massive game, and I think Roster won Prince of Persia. Now I think about it, and
Wasn't House and Ashes the Remnant one? Didn't you say? Or have I just mistaken that one?
no, House of Ashes is I think it's called House of Ashes. It's the one. It's like they're in the Middle East, and it's like during the Iraq War. It's one of the um, Dark Pictures anthology
Yeah,
games.
Dark Pictures.
So I was going to give that one a spin, and then we'll see. Hey, Paul, how are you? Paul came in. Another one of your English folk.
Yeah, you understand. Me and Paul, we're gonna try and do a magic trick together. We're gonna crack New York, me and Paul.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So good to see everybody this new year. Like I said, next week we're gonna be doing interviews. Everybody next week. I'll let y'all know who that is this Sunday when I stream. I may do I don't know. I may do a community play, or I may play a game. Something tells me I want to do a community play. But we'll know, and then I'll say who's gonna be the guest coming up next week. And I will give you a hint. They were in chat earlier. So we'll see.
I'm
But
like, I'm trying to think of the name now in chat. I'm like, oh, okay.
oh no, I gotta actually see it. There's a couple of people came on who said that, but not no problem, Crow, no problem. I'm just happy to be back and get the get back on streaming, because when you don't stream, you kind of, I don't know, kind of like you kind of may get in a rut. And I wanted to stream because I didn't talk to you all, and this is the way I socialize nowadays. So it's glad to be here. Yvette was here. I miss. No, Paul, you're good. But Holtz, let people know what you've been doing recently, where they can find you and stuff.
Me, I feel like the new year I've been trying to reconnect. I mean, I know that I was on a show, and I was mentioning about like YouTube algorithm was playing up, and I never seen the creators that I really liked, because it was suggesting other people over the people that I really liked. So over the holidays, I made a thing to actually, talk to Rock and watch find Doctor Spaceman and find Jeff Janak and just tuning to streams. So the algorithm knows to recommend me these content creators, Rudigs as well, over these big other creators that I like the ones with hundreds of thousands that I don't give a crap about. So now my YouTube is updated itself again, and I found people. You'll see me in chat saying hi, hi, hello again because it just eluded me. So that was that. And then over the holidays, I said to Rock, "Oh, yeah, well, let me do a Christmas special of Rock players." I got the equipment there, so I was just talking to chat in sort of just a chilled layout approach, and yeah, I just said I'll join at 11 o'clock to do just a little talk about anything, and that's when Rock said, "Okay, well, you've got the time, buddy. You can talk your heart's content." So if you ever see me, if you ever see me on a Thursday, it'll just be random talk about
Yeah.
anything game or tech related.
So y'all check out Rock Players with Holtz.
No, it won't be rock players. It'll be called
It's
Life is a Game.
gaming life, something with life in
Game.
it.
Yeah, Life is a
Life
Game.
is a game. Life is a game with Holtz. So definitely check that out. It's pretty cool. I tuned in on Christmas Day watching you, and I thought that was like
Yeah,
really good.
that was rock players, and
Oh,
it's
that
like
was Rock Players.
it's like it's like today. I used to have just a side wall. I changed my angle, and then I was like, "Oh, look, so I'm not even looking straight at my camera." And then people were said to me today in chat, "Holtz, what's that behind you? Is that a shoe bag?" I was like, "No, it's my glasses bag hanging by my mirror." And someone said, "Is that a wedding cake?" And I think they all wired me up. So, and I'm like, "What's behind my back? Is there a what are they looking at?" I don't know how wide the screen's looking at, it, but people in chat were, well, what's that behind you? I'm like, do you know what? I'll get something fancy to put behind you, some a Link amiibos or some Stadia Founders Edition. I'll put something in the background to make it
Same,
look
yeah.
it looks more professional. But like I said, it's Kiss keeping it simply
Well,
stupid.
it sounds that's simpleton. But, no, so it's super awesome to see you on. Like I said, I was watching you earlier today, also as I was coming in, so maybe I was on the freeway roster. I don't know, but, so super cool. And for everybody else, like I said, I will be doing more interviews, so the next several Shades of Purples will be interviews. And probably on my Sunday streams, I might do more community plays. I actually enjoyed doing that when I did, but and just having it for people who want to play that, and it'll always be something either a free to play game or it'll be a game I give away. So yeah, that's that. But thank you everybody for coming by, bearing with me with my technical difficulties, and also just participating. It always makes it fun and just tolerating me and my stuff. But more gaming stories coming up uh over the next month, and I'm excited to share those with y'all. All right, with that said, I'm purple, uh and as you know, I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, what you game on, how long you've been gaming. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, this is Purple A's, and the proof is in the playing. All right. Take care, everybody. Peace. Bye.